Today's dish for me is the Vietnamese beef stew. Now Liz and everyone at home, this is a dish that I eat weekly. It's delicious, it's packed full of flavour, but most of all, it's simple. Now for me, I know a basic spice mix, and so that's cinnamon, Chinese fire spice, bay leaves and star anise. But I just know it makes me feel better. For you though, there's a lot more to those spices, isn't there?
Well, there is. I mean, flavours come from spices, but they also have wonderful benefits for the body and digestion. And this dish you're doing, I would classify it as a really good cleansing dish. It's a kind of dish that when you're feeling a bit sluggish and tired and your digestive tract sort of needs a bit of a reboot or relax, spices are great. They're just great for everything, really.
So to start this spice recipe, we've got 500, more like 700 grams of gravy beef or stewing beef. Now stewing beef is something that's a working muscle. It's going to cook over a long period of time and begin to break down and release all those working muscles, all that flavour into our stock.
And with the main spice you're using, which is Chinese five spice, the Sichuan pepper and the cloves really aid in breaking down the proteins. So while you're cooking a slow cooked dish, it's still also helping to break down those proteins more and further so our body can digest them quicker. That's the whole point of having a cleansing dish, is that you don't want heavy protein sitting in your digestive tract for a long time.
You're sharing so much information, which I really appreciate, because for me as a cook in the kitchen, spices are always about flavour. That's first and foremost, but it's nice to know that there's more to a spice than just adding a great flavour to the dish. Liz, our beef is nice and brown there, as you can see, and that's the perfect starting point now to putting in our spices and other flavourings.
Fantastic.
So 3 tablespoons of tomato paste.
Great.
I think that's a really important thing with Vietnamese stew. It has this really deep red hue when you have it. Chinese five spice, what are they again?
Cinnamon, cloves, fennel, Sichuan pepper, of course star anise.
As you can see, Liz, I'm layering up on those flavours as well here with the other spices I'm using. I've got cinnamon sticks and bay leaves.
Well, it's lovely to have the kaffir lime leaves and the curry leaves. If you don't have them, bay leaves are a great substitute. Star
anise, I really encourage everyone to get used to using star anise. It adds that lovely, I know you're used to it, you're a spice expert and master, but to me it brings out that extra beef flavour, and it's great pairing with onions, chicken, pork. It's such a versatile whole spice.
Well, the flavour of star anise, the undertone is a subtle licorice flavour. So that is actually a sweetener as well as aiding digestion, because everyone knows licorice is really good for you. People have licorice tea. It's the same compound in star anise, aniseeds and fennel seeds, even though they're from vastly different plants. They still have the same compound that gives that beautiful licorice undertone.
Is that where it's from?
But I love the flavour of star anise in Asian dishes.
Now we've built this up, and now it's time to add your lovely chopped lemongrass, ginger and garlic.
Yum.
Now I don't brown these, and I want them to be nice and sharp to cut through the richness of these.
That's right. It's important in Asian dishes to have things which cut through the richness of the meat. Whereas, you know, as you say, in other dishes, you love to caramelise the onion and the ginger, bring out the sugars, bring out more depth of flavour. But in this case, we're looking to use a different property from these ingredients, which is lovely.
Exactly. Now into the pot, Liz, I've just added about 2 tablespoons of fish sauce and a little bit of brown sugar. I think it's really important to balance off sweet, salty, heat and acidity.
Fantastic. That's exactly what you should do in any dish, is balance all the flavours.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, that's the art of a good dish, isn't it, Linton?
So
you've nailed it.
The art of cooking, Liz.
That's right, the art of cooking. But if you aren't sure how to season a dish and you do want to know more, that's one of the things I've got as a free ebook, which is you can download that and from our website and just learn a little bit more about when you should add salt in a dish.
An art.
It is an art. It's not a perfect science. It is definitely an art.
Our stew's come up to the boil now. We're going to let that tick away for about 70 minutes. Then we're going to pop in those carrots until they're tender. Drum roll, Liz.
Back on track.
Let's see what 90 minutes with those lovely spices have done.
Oh my goodness, look at that rich brew.
It is very rich. You've hit the nail on the head there. When we think of Vietnamese and pho, we think of light, clear broths. But this one, and I think why I'm drawn to it, not only because of the fantastic flavour, it's rich. So now, simply served up, Liz, I'm going to give you some. Those carrots now meltingly tender. And I find you just leave the spices in here. As with all good stews or curries, they get better over time. This is a great week starter or a weekend dish. So a Sunday, Monday, when you're feeling a little run down.
Reboot for the week.
Exactly. And simply garnished with a little bit of bean shoot and crusty bread rolls. Now this, I couldn't encourage more. I always order two, but I'm going to share with you.
Oh, thank you.
And all you do, just break it off, and you want it to be crunchy, and you just dip it in. Oh.
Yum. How good. That is just beautifully intense, but not overpowering.
It's still got a clean taste the whole way through.
Well done, Linton. I love
Thank you
this.
very much. My Vietnamese beef stew, as always, all our recipes are on our website, and the Spice People Spices have taken this, what would be a humble street food, to the next level. Thanks, Liz.
Thank you, Linton.